As a business owner, you probably spend a lot of your time answering questions for your clients, and I'm positive that you have your list of questions that you get asked over and over and over again. So the best way to address those before you actually have to consistently answer them is by setting up FAQ sections on your website. Hey, I'm Jessie from Inkpot Creative, and we are a brand and web design studio that helps photographers create an online presence that not only looks great, but also works for them. And in today's video, I'm going to walk through how to create an FAQ section on your Showit website without having to use any code at all. Now, I will preface this by saying there are codes out there that you can use to create FAQ sections, drop-down sections, and that's great. But a lot of you might not want to use code, might not want to learn how to use it, or it might feel a little overwhelming. The great news is there is a really quick and easy way to actually create these FAQ drop-down sections on your Showit website without using any code at all. So today I'm going to break down how to actually create it, what elements you need on each canvas, and how to set up the click actions to make sure that the right questions open the right answers. And if you want to add even more cool features to a website without needing any code, be sure to check out our video on how to add sticky scroll sections to your Showit website. Plus, we have a freebie down below where we give you the canvases as starter templates to create that sticky scroll effect. But for now, let's dive into how to create FAQ sections on your website. So with your FAQs, you're going to have two different parts to it. We're going to have the question part, and then we're going to have the answer part. So I'm going to start with the question. We have a blank canvas here. I'm going to first create where we're actually going to have our questions. I'm going to put my text here. Let's grab it up here. I can put just question one here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. This way, regardless of how long your question is, we have some space here. We can also play around if you need multiple lines, anything like that. We can get that set up here. Now, the next thing that we want is any sort of icon that we want to actually show. So whether that's a plus and minus, it can be arrows, it can be little circle arrows. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add another icon here. Let's say I want this arrow. So we're going to go with this arrow. Let's go ahead and change the color to black. And I'm going to go ahead and make this a little smaller. Now, right now it's obviously sideways. We maybe don't want it that way. It really depends on your own preferences, how you want these set up before and after someone clicks on it, right? So I'm going to go ahead and make it point down before someone clicks on it. We'll make these even. So now when this answer is closed, this is what you'll see. Now, of course, we have the opposite side of when it's open, we want that to flip, right? So I want it to be down when it's closed, and we want it to point up when it's open. So to do that, we're going to add some canvas views. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to say add canvas view. I'm going to take this icon. I'm going to put it in one, and I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate it. That way it's in the same spot. We don't have to worry about that. All I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this up. So perfect. Now we have that. That is all set. Now you might want to do something here. We're going to go ahead and make this smaller. You might want to make this background a different color. You might want to add a line here. So I'll go ahead and add a line on the bottom. We'll come here. This way it kind of closes it off. We'll make this a little thinner, right? So now I have this. So this is going to be the actual question. This is where we're going to write the question out. This is what someone will see. So now that we have that, great. I'm going to go ahead and rename this canvas, and I just name it whatever question it is. So I'll say question one. Now the next thing that we'll want to do is add an answer canvas. So we'll come up here, we'll add a blank canvas. Now we have an option here. Come over here, paragraph, add that. And it looks like this one, my line got added here, so I'm going to just pull it down under it. That way it's there forever. Have this out. Okay, so now we have a canvas here where I can put my answer. So I can write answer to the question goes here. So now we have the question and the answer. But when we're looking at the design, maybe we don't want these answers to show, right? We want that option. You can click it, it opens up. So what we want to do is click anywhere on the canvas where there's not an element, and then we're going to toggle this hidden to start. So now we have this hidden. If I were to preview it, we're only going to see this top canvas right here. It's not going to show anything else, right? We don't actually see the answer. So we have the answer here, but now we need to actually set up the click actions to make sure that we can show the canvas. So before I do that, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to name this answer one. You'll see why this is important in just a minute. So now I'm going to go back to this question canvas, and I'm going to click on this first icon. I'm going to go over to click actions, and we're going to do two things. The first thing we're going to do is add a actual link. So we're going to go canvas, this canvas, and we're going to go next. I'm going to check this off just so it doesn't move. But what this does, since we have two different canvas views right here, adding this canvas, next link means that when we click this button, this canvas is going to show up. So that's what's going to create that flip between the arrow pointing down and the arrow pointing up, arrow pointing sideways, down, whatever it is that you want to do. So that's the first thing we want to do. We want to create that. The second thing we want to do is actually add the action. So we're going to click this. And for this one, since this is the opening one, we want it to show canvas, and then we'll click answer 1. So we have that set. Perfect. We're going to do the same thing on this one. We're going to come over here, canvas, this canvas. We're going to select previous. So now it'll go back to view 1. Then we're going to go to action. We're going to select hide canvas, and then we're going to select answer 1, right? So now we're hiding this answer canvas when we click this, and it's going to go back to this view. So that is how the actual setup is. When we look at what that looks like, we come here, we just have the question. I can click on this. Now the answer shows up. I can click on this. The answer disappears. Super easy when it comes to that. That's the only thing that you have to do to actually make these work. Now, of course, like I said, you can come in here, you can make these different colors, the background different colors, you can add boxes around them, anything like that. We can also come over here and we can add some hover actions maybe. So when we hover over it, maybe it changes to blue to give us that little bit. We can also add those same actions to the question. So depending on if you want someone to be able to click the question and the arrow, just the arrow to actually show this answer, we can do that. So totally up to you, whatever you want for your, specific site. Now, really important to make it really easy for you, I would highly suggest doing one question and answer, going over and mobile optimizing it, and testing it to make sure everything works. Once you know that it works, once you know that the actions work, everything shows correctly, the easiest thing to do is to come down here. We're going to duplicate this. We're going to duplicate the question. I'll move this down so now we have question 1. We can come over here. We have question 2, answer goes here. Now this is where the naming is important. So I can come down here. I'll change this to question 2. I will change this to answer 2. And you want to make sure you update the actions on this. So when we come to the click actions, you don't have to update this. This will stay the same because we still have those two canvas views, right? But we want to update what canvas it actually shows. So we can come down here, click answer 2. And then when we come to the hide one, hide answer 2. Perfect. Now, if we look at this, we have both questions here. If I click on this one, I just get answer 1. If I click on this one, I get answer 2. Super quick and easy. So we want to make sure that we're doing that. It makes it easy if you name them. Of course, it's totally up to you, but this is a great way to keep it organized, make sure you're not lost or accidentally linking things to the wrong questions, anything like that. Now, the final thing that I would suggest doing is adding a spacer at the bottom of your set of questions. So this is because when everything is hidden, if I add, let's add a couple more questions. So now we have our full set of questions, and let's say we add another canvas down here at the bottom that is just going on to our, next point. So I'm going to come in here. Let's go ahead and just make it a different color so we can see it. We can add, our heading. We'll say next canvas. So this is what the next canvas will actually show. When we're looking at it on here, it looks great because we have the space here, nothing's too close, anything like that. But if we actually look at the preview, when we come here, this might be a little closer than we want. We might want some more space. We might not want it to immediately, go right to this next canvas. It might feel a little too tight, especially for your design. So what we can do instead is come over here, add a blank canvas, and just create a spacer. So I like to just call this spacer. It doesn't have to be super big. What we normally do is we'll come over here, we'll make it generally somewhere around 50 to 75 pixels, depending on how much space your design has. If you have a lot of breathing room in your design, you might want it to make it a little bigger. But this spacer, we have nothing on it. Nothing is going to go on that canvas. But what it will do is it'll give us that extra little breathing room. So regardless of if there's an answer here or not, if this is open or not, right? We have this breathing room and something isn't super tight up to this next canvas. So that is how you actually create these. Again, when it comes to the actual design of these, you can do anything on these canvases. That's the great thing about this. It is just a regular Showit canvas. So if you want to make it colored, if you want to add different backgrounds, if you want to add images behind every question, whatever it might be, you can do that for each of these individual questions. And then just make sure that we have the two different views here so we can flip back and forth between arrows pointing up and down, plus and minus, whatever it is that you want to actually have. And then we have those click actions linking to each individual answer to make sure that we show those answers. So there you have it. That is how you create FAQ sections on your Showit website without needing to know any code at all. Super quick and easy. Biggest thing here, I would highly suggest creating one question and answer, optimize it on mobile first before you keep going. I know it can be really time consuming. I've done it before where I accidentally duplicate everything on desktop. It looks great. Then I flip over to mobile and I'm like, I forgot to optimize it. And then you're just going through a lot more time doing it. So it's not that it's impossible. It just takes more of your time. But I really hope this was helpful. If you do have any questions on it, feel free to drop a comment below and we will definitely make sure to get it answered for you. Or if there's any other tutorials that you want to know or anything else you want to know how to do on Showit, let us know and we can definitely help you out. And again, if you want to do even more cool features like the sticky scroll, click the video above to actually watch how to do it, or click the link below to grab those free templates to help you get a kickstart on those canvases. As always, thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you in the next one.